pleased to welcome you today to Rochester High School. Good sportsmanship is one of the primary purposes of educational athletics. Our student athletes recognize that judgment calls by coaches, officials, and themselves are made in good faith and should be respected. Spectators can support both of these teams by refraining from derogatory or demeaning comments. We hope that you will enjoy the game and support the students in a positive and sportsmanlike manner. At this time, please rise. Men, remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem.
They're doing lineups. They're going to do lineups, and then we're going to tip off right away. It's usually how it
It's
works.
time now for the starting lineups. First, for our guests, the LaVille Lancers.
Okay.
Starting at a guard, a 5'11" junior, number 3, Connor Resort. At another guard, a 6-foot senior, number 4, Luke Beeler. At a third guard, 5'7" senior, number 10, Riley Wagoner. At a fourth guard spot, a 5'10" senior wearing number 11, Jared Beeler. And at a forward, 6'5" senior, number 40, Riley Cox. The Lancers are coached by Michael Edison, assisted by Jack Edison and Jason Green. Starting lineup for your Rochester Zebras. At a guard, 5'9", junior, number 5, Nick Allen. At another guard spot, 6-foot junior, number 24, Calvary Lingenfelder. At a forward, he's 6'4", he's a sophomore, wearing number 11.
rest are newbies, but I'm guessing with Mr. and Mr. Edison on the bench, they're well prepared.
Yeah.
So it'll be Cox and Brady Perez to jump center. Rochester will go to our left. Obviously, LaVille to our right. The first of 2 double weekends for the Rochester Zebra guys.
Yeah, Rochester in a defensive tip.
Tip is up and controlled by LaVille. Jared Beeler gives a cross to Wazorek. Wazorek brings top of the key against Rochester's man-to-man defense. Stands in the center circle and dribbles. Works to the left, pulls it back out to the volleyball line. Now pass to the left wing to Beeler. Luke Beeler this time with the basketball to Cox, top of the key, swings right side to Jared Beeler. Fakes a 3, works to the middle of the floor to Wazorek. He fakes a 3, back to the right side of the floor for Beeler. Jared Beeler puts it in for 3.
No hesitation there from Beeler, and all net at the other end.
LaVille worked the ball for 30 seconds and got a good shot, and they lead 3-0. Allen top of the key for the Zebras. LaVille in a man-to-man defense as well. In the corner to Perez, 18-footer short. Rebound fought for. Reinhardt comes out of there with it. Kyle with the basketball.
He's in trouble against the baseline.
Yeah, right in front of the student section. Top to Lingenfelder. Cavalry works against Wazorek in the lane. Dump pass down low to Reinhardt. His leader's good off a window.
Reinhardt led Rochester with 10 last night. He gets it started today with
3-2 LaVille. Under 7 to play in the first quarter. Beeler to Cox. Cox drives in the paint at the free throw line. Now hesitates. Now goes to the basket. Good defense by Onafield. Outside of Wazorek in the left corner. On the baseline against Allen. High left side to Cox. Sends right wing to Beeler. Jared Beeler good again from that same exact spot.
Yep. And this time with Brady in his face, he still knocks it down.
6-2 LaVille.
He has got to touch the rim.
You're right. That's pretty clean, both of them. Brady Perez on the right elbow. Backs it out behind the right wing arc. Still with his dribble. Now at the free throw line. Now the paint. Rises up from 15. The ball's in and out. No good. The putback by Reinhardt is no good. His putback again is no good. Brady's putback no good. But LaVille with the basketball.
Reinhardt's just about tipped that in off the initial miss.
Yep.
Couldn't get it to roll the right way.
Cox still fire a 3 from downtown. No good. Brady Perez with the rebound. Brady clears to Allen, and Rochester brings it up, down by 4, under 6 to play in the first quarter. Quickly to Lingenfelder, and his pass is knocked out of bounds by Cox. It'll stay with the Zebras baseline left, and Isaiah Jackson will come into the game for Brady Perez. 5:55 to play in the first quarter. Rochester by 4. Now Allen baseline left for the Zebras. Over the top to Perez. He rises up and grabs the pass. Now to Allen on the left wing. Nick Allen to the basketball against the man-to-man defense. Dribbles a couple of times to his right. Picks up his dribbles. Feeds inside to Onafield. Alex, you got to go to the... There you go. Alex, one dribble. Goes to the basket hard. Throws up a tough shot. No good. Ball being tipped around. Onafield has in the paint. Lowers his shoulder. Backs in. Throws up and off glass and puts it in for 2.
Good rebound by Onafield. Good put back up off the glass.
LaVille quickly. 3 on the other end. No good. Weak side rebound to Jackson. Now to Allen. Allen through the center circle. Throws it over the head of a leaping Reinhardt, which is awfully difficult to do. And it'll go back to LaVille. 5:22 to play in the first quarter. LaVille leads 6-4.
Rochester definitely coming with more energy tonight than they did last night.
Yep.
Working the ball up and down the floor.
Beeler. Luke on the right wing against Lingenfelder. Goes to the basket. Throws up a shot. No good. The putback by Cox is no good, but a foul coming on Alex Onafield, and that's going to send the 6'5" senior Riley Cox to the line to shoot 2 for the Lancers. 5:05 to play in the first quarter. LaVille leading 6-4. Cox at the line for 2. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. Cox ready, eyes the first one, lets her fly. In and out, no good. Trey Stasiak will come in for the first time tonight for the Zebras, and he'll replace Lingenfelder. Cox will have one more, looking to push this LaVille lead back to 3 with 5:05 to play in the first quarter. Lady Zebras in action tonight. They're at Southwood. We'll get those scores to you as soon as we can. Second one this time is good. Quickly, Rochester down the floor. In the corner to Stasiak. Trey for three. Left baseline is short. Reinhardt's the rebound. Kyle on the box. Out to Allen. He'll fire a three. It's good.
Down on the board for the Zebras. Ties it at 7.
4:40 to play in the first quarter. We're tied at 7 here at Rochester High School. Wizarick with the basketball. Now to Cox, top of the key. Cox hold between the rings for LaVille. Wizarick against Allen.
They're looking for Beeler, and he's guarded by Jackson.
Cox will fire a three from downtown short, gets his own rebound, but walks out of bounds. But here's what I like. Shoot the basketball, follow your shot.
Yeah. Yeah. He did. Isaiah Jackson, a good job defensively. That trip down the floor for the Zebras as he had to guard Jared Beeler.
Bryce Abbott comes into the game for the first time tonight. Brady Perez and Lingenfelder back in for the Zebras. 7-7. Rochester the basketball against the full court press by the Lancers. 4:20 to play in the first quarter. Isaiah Jackson crosses the timeline against the double team, gives it the corner to Abbott, gives to a streaking Trey Stasiak, loses the handle, picked up by LaVille. Jared Beeler through the center circle. Now to Luke Beeler. Wizarick in the right corner for LaVille. Jump past the Cox, top of the key for LaVille. LaVille takes it left against Brady Perez. Jared Beeler hands off to Luke Beeler on the right wing. Luke Beeler goes left to the free throw line. Kicks it out to Cox. Drives the right baseline. Cut off, and we're going to have a foul down low, I believe, on the Zebras. And it'll be out of bounds for LaVille with 3:52 to play in the first quarter.
Perez going to pick up his first. Zebras second.
3:52 to play in the first period. We're tied at 7. LaVille with the basketball. Pass comes in. The three-pointer by Beeler's no good. Cox with the rebound offensively, and he loses it out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by LaVille. And Rochester will get it back.
Cardinal sin of every big man. He got the rebound and brought it down to his knees.
Yes, exactly right.
And Bryce Abbott made him pay for it.
Lingenfelder breaks the press. Abbott high on the right side. 3:40 to play in the first quarter. Abbott wrap around pass to Stasiak. Now to Lingenfelder. Lingenfelder at the free throw line. In the corner to Perez. Brady with the basketball. In the paint. Rises up. Puts the ball off the glass. No good. Gets his own rebound. A putback. Good. And a foul.
Perez never gave up on it.
Zebras lead 9-7, and Brady Perez will be at the line to shoot one with 3:28 to play in the first quarter.
Fouls on Wagner, his first, team first.
Teams first. Perez at the line to complete the three-point play.
And Nick Allen will come back in for the Zebras, and he'll replace Trey Stasiak. 3:28 to play first quarter. Brady Perez at the free throw line for one for the Zebras. Senior fires a free throw, and it's good. 10-7, Rochester's first lead. 3:27 to play in the first quarter. Luke Beeler with the basketball for the Lancers. Crossover dribble against Abbott, and he's going to be, no, we're going to have a legal screen against Cox, I believe. You know, that's kind of what the coaches were screaming about in the JV game, that there's a lot of moving screens in blue, and they just got caught.
Yep, that's his first, team second.
3:19 to play in the first quarter. Rochester up 10-7. Allen brings it across the timeline against the man-to-man defense. Brady Perez against Cox. Brady with the dribble. Brady at the free throw line. Thought about shooting, passed it up. Rises up over Cox, shot short. Rebound by Abbott. We're going to have a tie-up. Rochester going to keep possession. 3 minutes to play, first quarter, 10-7 Rochester. Rochester's JV girls lost tonight 31-21 to Southwood.
Checking back in for Rochester, number 11, Reinhardt.
Kyle Reinhardt's back into the game, and Brady Perez to sit down. Allen will look to get it in, baseline right. Nick, baseball pass into Cavalry. Lingenfelder between the rings of the volleyball line. Left side to Allen, three, left wing for the Zebras. Off the mark, no good. Cox another rebound for LaVille. Out west to Wizarick. Wizarick hesitates, now goes to the right baseline. Wraparound pass is taken away by Lingenfelder. Rochester now coming to our left with a 10-7 lead to Abbott. Bryce in the corner to Jackson. 15-footers, no good. Defensive rebound by LaVille. Quickly, Beeler across the timeline for the Lancers. Right wing, high on the left side to Cox. Cox dribbling with his left hand, now picks it up after two dribbles, works against Reinhardt's. Now to Wagner. Wagner to Beeler, and we're going to have a foul coming against Bryce Abbott on the hand check. And it'll be out of bounds to LaVille with 2:25 to play in the first quarter. Jimmy Fisher, a 6'2 junior, coming into the game for Wagner.
First foul on Abbott, team third.
Beeler looks to get it in, lob pass in, and we're going to have a warning on Isaiah Jackson for crossing the baseline. I guess he probably touched the ball before it got onto the court.
Yeah.
Jared Beeler will inbound again, quickly into Cox, and he has the ball stripped away out of bounds.
Reinhardt's with the block.
LaVille again, baseline right. Lob pass into Cox. He rises up, grabs it, one dribble, goes to the basket, foul to the shot. He'll go to the line to shoot two. And Brady Perez will come back in. Who's that going to be whistled on?
Reinhardt, I believe. No.
Bryce Abbott.
Abbott picks up his second.
That's Bryce's fifth foul in the first quarter of the last two nights. So Riley Cox at the line to shoot two for LaVille. Rochester up by 3 with 2:21 to play in the first quarter. First one is in and out and back in. Brady will be back in for the Zebras. And Abbott will come out. Alabama now leads Georgia 35-28 late in that game. A minute to play in the game. Second one's good again by Cox. I think that was 28-14 at one point in time.
Yes, it was.
Can you say national champs? Allen across the timeline left against the press. Outside of Brady Perez, now in the corner to Lingenfelder. Right wing three is good.
Lingenfelder hits a big three at the right time.
13-9. Beeler will go to the basket, throws a shot up, no good. Brady Perez grabs the board and clears it.
Big rebound by Perez.
Yes, up above the rim at that. Lingenfelder between the rings. Crossover dribble, takes his man right. Jumper from the elbows, no good. Ball being tipped around. Jackson comes out of it with it in the paint, outside to Allen. Nick then travels, driving left.
It was a great job by Isaiah Jackson fighting and blocking out down low to get the rebound. I hate to see him throw it from underneath the basket back out front.
Especially with his leaping ability.
Yeah, I'd like to see him just put that up off the glass on the opposite side of the rim.
Jared Beeler comes out of the game for LaVille, and into the game for the first time is Good, a 6'3 sophomore. Wizaruk with the basketball, jump pass to Cox, looks back door to Beeler, can't find anything, still stands the left elbow against Brady Perez. Now takes Brady Perez left, a lot of contact. Oh, good heavens, and Brady Perez is just going to be whistled for a blocking foul.
Perez will pick up his second.
Lowered his shoulder, ran over Brady Perez, and Brady's going to be whistled for a foul.
Yeah, I really...
Number 23, Perez, his second.
1:26 to play in the first quarter. Rochester up by 4, 13-9. LaVille basketball out of bounds, baseline left. Cox will look to trigger it in for the Lancers. Gets it into Wizaruk in the right corner, left corner. No, make that Beeler. Beeler drives in the paint, rises up, shot is good over the defense. That's a smooth player right there. Luke Beeler, and cuts the Rochester lead to 2. Allen, high on the right side near the timeline. Now at the free throw line, a strip from behind, picked up by LaVille. Now Brady has it. He rises up, loses it on the shot. He'll be fouled on the shot, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. I saw a two-handed dunk in the future.
I did too. So that foul is going to be on Luke Beeler, his first, team third.
A minute 5 to play in the first quarter. 13-11 Rochester. Brady Perez at the free throw line. Alex Onafield and Trey Stasiak will come back into the game.
Oh.
What do we say?
They called it on 44, not 4.
First one is no good for Brady. Stasiak back in, Allen to come out.
Returning number 12, Trey Stasiak.
Second one for Brady. No good. Jackson but Brady does have the rebound. Wrap around pass to Stasiak. Trey in the corner to Perez. 18-footers off the mark, no good. And the rebound to LaVille.
Perez's shots have been all short from the field.
Yeah. Cox runs the point, top of the key for LaVille. Bounce pass left side to Beeler. His floater on the way, no good. Jackson grabs another board. Isaiah Allis to Lingenfelder. 40 seconds. 13-11 Rochester. 36 seconds to play.
Look for the last shot of the quarter.
Perez runs the point for Rochester. Rochester's two biggest guys on the floor running the points for their respective squads. Now Lingenfelder in the center circle against Cox with 24. Lingenfelder on the right wing with 20. Dribbles to the middle of the floor with 19. Now to Brady Perez in front of the scores table with 16. Brady holds with 14. Dribbles to his right with 13. Now at the elbow with 12. Kicks it out to Lingenfelder with 9. Cavalry holds with 7. Now drifts to his left with 6. And has his pocket picked by Cox. Cox, 3, 2, 1. The buzzer. Shot's good at the buzzer. After 1, we're tied at 13. You're listening to Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Enyard's True Value and Rental is your local one-stop shop for all of your home improvement and party rental needs. Let our friendly and knowledgeable staff help you with your next project or event. Start right. Start here. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com.
Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Got that new home edition and you're keeping it covered.
Ooh, coverages now. I can help with this. Got zone coverage, man coverage, combo coverages.
I don't know, Peyton. I think more like the coverage your nationwide agent offers.
Oh, you want to go there? Home, auto, life, business, farm, boat, RV, ATV, camper, pet, motorcycle, your tour bus. Right. Did I mention farm?
Contact Jennings Insurance Agency today or visit one of our offices in Argus and Rochester.
That first quarter, so definitely spreading the ball around.
Again, JV tonight. Girls lost to Southwood 31-21. Emily Hughes with 11. Rochester's JV team went to the free throw line 23 times and only made 8.
Wow.
That's from Val. Thank you, Val. So LaVille starts the second quarter of the basketball. Going to our right. Beeler, Cox at the volleyball line.
Rochester switched to his own.
And then a theft by Allen, and then he has his pass picked off by Cox. Ahead to Wizarick. His shot no good. Trey Stasiak with the rebound. Outlets to Allen. Nick brings it up the floor through the center circle. Works to the right side. Pulls it out behind the three-point line down the corner to Stasiak. Trey around the defense. Bounce pass to Isaiah Jackson between the circles. Works to the left, elbow, jump pass down low to Onafield. Onafield kicks in the corner to Allen. 3 from the left baseline is in and out, no good. And the rebound to LaVille.
That ball went all the way down and ran around the net before it came back out.
Beeler, unguarded, goes to the basket, throws up a tough shot, no good. Stasiak grabs the board.
Stasiak flat-footed, grabs the rebound.
Now to Allen. Allen runs for the Zebras to our left. Wagner will come back in. Also, Jared Beeler will come back in for LaVille here the next opportunity. Reinhardt's back in the game. He's got the basketball on the right elbow. And then throws it behind a cutting Stasiak out of bounds. It'll go back to LaVille. Minute and a half gone in the second quarter. We're tied at 13. Coming up at halftime, we'll have first half stats, obviously, and then we're going to talk Rochester wrestling with head coach Clint Guard.
All right.
So you want to stay tuned for that. Cavalry Lingenfelder back into the game. Isaiah Jackson to sit. LaVille with the basketball. Again, they're going to our right in their royal blues. Quickly up court. Wagner has it. Jared Beeler, left wing. He had the first 6 points for LaVille in the same exact spot.
Rochester
Wizarick.
back to a man-to-man defense this trip.
To Cox. Left corner to Wagner. Back to Cox. 10 feet behind the arc. Left wing to Wizarick at top of the key at the volleyball line. Right side to Beeler. Runs right around Allen. Fakes. Rises up. Shot in and out. No good. Nick Allen with the rebound. Nice head fake by Beeler. And then Reinhardt runs over a defender. A lot of contact, no call. Then Lingenfelder loses the basketball on the way up, and LaVille grabs it and steps out of bounds. A lot of contact, good heavens.
Yeah.
Kyle Reinhardt comes out of the game, and Jerry Plummer comes in for the first time for the Zebras. 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. We're tied at 13. Rochester basketball to bounce baseline right. Nick Allen will look to get it in for the Z's. Bounce pass into Onnefield. Alex bounce pass to Lingenfelder on the right wing. Lingenfelder, top of the key, left side to Allen. 3 left baseline for the Zebras off the back of the rim, no good. And Beeler comes out of there with it for LaVille. Gives the head to Wisrick. He crosses the timeline, right elbow, goes to the basket. Leaner on the way is good.
Somebody's got to step in front of him and shut the ball off. He drove it all the way to the right to the basket.
15-13 LaVille. Allen picks up his dribble, gives to Plummer the baseline, and we're going to have a foul down low, either on Cox or Wagner. We'll wait and see who that's going to be whistled against.
Lancer foul number 2.
Foul's going to be on Wagner, his second.
Team score.
5.5 minutes to play in the first half. LaVille up 15-13. Rochester basketball baseline right. Allen gets it into Stasiak, and now Lingenfelder loses it out of bounds right in front of the student section.
The last 4 trips for Rochester have turned into turnovers.
No, really.
Yeah.
Isaiah Jackson will come back into the game for the Zebras. Wisrick will walk it up for the Lancers.
Wow. We got a whistle coming across.
Well, we've got a new scorekeeper tonight.
Oh.
And he doesn't know what he's doing, I don't think.
Clock adjustment.
Kathy's not here, and there's never a clock issue when Kathy's here. Only when Randall's running the board.
Right.
Reiterating for Rochester.
Isaiah Jackson comes back in, and Lingenfelder comes out. 5:24 to play in the first half. 15-13 LaVille. They've got the basketball going to our right. Wisrick against the 2-3 zone now. Stands between the rings of the volleyball line. Are we okay, I was wondering maybe if we were running a box and one, that's kind of how it looked. Beeler, right wing, dribbles top of the key, picks up his dribble, bounce pass to Cox on the right side, right in front of the Rochester bench. Back to Beeler. Luke Beeler in the paint, rises up over Onnefield. His jumper's good. It says 5'10", but he plays well above that. I'm thinking 6'5" as he out-jumped Onnefield there. 4:50 to play. LaVille back by 4. And then Rochester turns it over. Wisrick. The Euro step, and he's going to be called for travel. Nope, I don't think it was.
I don't think so either.
And that's what he's saying. How was that a travel? It's a Euro step. They do that in the NBA, but they take 4 steps doing it in the NBA. That's a good move. Full court press by LaVille. Plummer gets the inbounds pass to Allen. Nick Allen up the floor quickly. Left baseline, cut off by the double team. Gives to a cutting Isaiah Jackson. His jumper in the paint is no good. Cox another rebound for LaVille ahead to Beeler. Jared Beeler fills the middle of the floor for the Lancers. Out to a wide open Luke Beeler. 3 is no good. Ball fall forward. Cox comes out of there with it. We're going to have a foul down low against the Zebras, I believe. It'll be out of bounds to LaVille with 4:23 to play in the first half. The Lancers up by 4.
And Plummer's going to pick up that foul, his first, team 6th.
So I have a feeling since LaVille won, I'm sorry, since Alabama won,
yeah,
there will be no question of who the top 4 is. R. Is R.
All right, well, the debate will be about the 4th place position. That's Cox.
Yeah, you're right. I guess that's right. Michigan. No, I don't think there will be. Will there? Yeah, there might be.
If Ohio State wins tonight, then the debate will be whether Ohio State or Oklahoma.
Yeah. 19-13 right now. Cox made a 15-footer, and then Cavalry Lingenfelder just charged. Commits a charge and a turnover.
That'll be his first.
Isaiah.
His first, team 7.
So 4:05 to play.
Once again, we're halfway through a quarter, and Rochester's still looking for their first points.
Yeah, you're right. 13-13 after 1. 19-13 now. Cox goes to the basket, throws up a tough shot. Lingenfelder makes that Onnefield rides him out of bounds, commits a foul, and that's going to send Cox to the line to shoot 2.
Onnefield picks up his second.
So, if Ohio State just drills Northwestern, which I don't know if they will.
I think they'll have to in order to get a consideration.
Yeah.
They'll have to beat them like they beat Michigan.
If they don't, I suppose you got to put Oklahoma in there.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you don't put Georgia back in there. I know they got 2 losses, but.
Yeah. That kind of makes the whole game today a moot point then, doesn't it? I mean, wasn't today a playoff game?
Yeah, I guess that's right. But it was tight, and they led them most of the game.
Oh, I agree.
Cox second one, no good, missed both of them. 6-point lead for LaVille with 3:50 to play in the first half. Clint Guard, Rochester wrestling coach, coming up at the break. Bounce pass to Jackson, who posted up his man behind the arc on the left wing. Gives back to Allen. Jumper from the free throw line. Good. Nick Allen drops it from 15 feet. And cuts the LaVille lead to 4. Quickly, Beeler up the court. He'll fire a 3, but before he does that, he traveled. 3.5 to play in the first half. LaVille up 19-15. And they'll be in a full court press. Langenfelder gets it into Allen. Nick Allen will bring it up against the 2-2-1. Reinhardt breaks it to Stasiak. Trey inside the arc left wing about 10 feet away and then has the ball kicked away, fortunately. And Rochester will keep possession right in front of the LaVille bench. Stasiak will look to get it in. Trey bounce pass in, has it stolen away by LaVille. Then Beeler has it kicked out of bounds by Jackson. I believe it'll go to LaVille. It should anyway. Now wait a minute.
Say Rochester.
This guy down here said Rochester. This guy here said LaVille. No, now they both say LaVille.
Okay.
Doyle in for the first time for LaVille, and he'll inbound it, baseline left. And now Rochester will use a timeout. It'll be a 30. You're listening to Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Brocky Insurance offers personalized coverage options for all of your insurance needs. You can trust your policy through Erie Insurance has been customized specifically for you, your assets, and your budget. Online at brockyinsurance.com. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com.
Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Luke Beeler will look to get it in. Over the top to Wisrick. To Beeler. Luke in the left wing for LaVille. Now to Wisrick. Drives to the right. Now in the paint. Behind the back dribble. Step back to Beeler. Luke, jump stop. Finger roll. No good. Ball being fought for. LaVille's going to be last to touch it. It'll go back to the Zebras. 2:59 to play in the first half. 19-15 LaVille. Trey has the pass kicked out of bounds by Cox. We'll try it again, this time in front of the Rochester bench. LaVille in a full court press, gets it in over the top to Reinhardt. Kyle splits a double team. Wrap around pass to Stasiak. Hands off to Langenfelder on the left wing. Kyle with his right hand gives to Reinhardt on the left baseline. Drives the left baseline for the Zebras, kicks it out to Jackson down the corner to Langenfelder. Cavalry, left baseline against the double team, out to Jackson, top of the key to Allen, slips through his hands, he picks it up near the timeline. To Langenfelder on the right wing. Back to Allen between the rings. And that defense intensity has just picked up for LaVille.
Yeah, LaVille's doing a great job of making sure somebody is in the face of the ball handler.
Langenfelder jump stop in the paint, rises up from 10, short, put back by Reinhardt, short. Langenfelder with a rebound, outside to Stasiak, 3 straight away for the Zebras, no good. And Cox with a rebound for LaVille.
Good job that trip by Rochester. They had 3 chances, just couldn't get one to fall.
2:09 to play in the first half, LaVille by 4. Rochester to man-to-man defense. Luke Beeler to Wagner, left side to Cox, thought about a 3. Decided against it to Beeler. Luke Beeler in the paint, kicks it out to Wagner, over the top to Cox. Cox works against Reinhardt to Doyle. Doyle on the right block, kicks it back outside to Cox, swings left side to Beeler. He'll take a 3 left wing, good. Luke Beeler makes it a 22-15 game with 100 seconds to play in the first half. Nick Allen is fouled by Wisrick for the team's 5th foul.
Foul on Lancers, number 3, Resort, his first, team's 5th.
Rochester really struggling against this real tight man-to-man defense by LaVille, trying to find an open shooter.
That foul was on Wazorek. I think he had a little blood on his mouth. The inbounds pass comes into Jackson. Isaiah loses it, picks it up to their timeline, loses it again. Ball loose on the floor, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Zebras. Ball went through his hands, off his head, and then the scramble started.
Another turnover.
90 seconds. LaVille goes to the basket, cut off on the blocks.
Yep.
And now we're going to get foul down low on the Zebras, and that's going to send Zarnicki to the line to shoot.
So Lingenfelder picks up his second,
Foul
team
on
ninth.
Zebras number 24, Lingenfelder. His second, team's ninth.
So at the free throw line, Zarnicki for one and the bonus with 1:25 to play in the first half. First one is good by the sophomore.
Shooting for the bonus.
One more looking to push this LaVille lead to 9, which would be the biggest of the night.
Yeah.
Zarnicki with one more. Sophomore, right-handed free throw on the way again. No good. Jackson with the rebound. 8-point lead right now for the LaVille Lancers with 1:20 to play in the first half. Here comes the half-court trap by LaVille. Lingenfelder has it, down low to Jackson, goes to the basket hard, rises up, puts it off the glass and in.
Good strong move by Isaiah Jackson. He knew the defense was going to collapse on him.
Zarnicki with the basketball, hands off to Cox with 1:05 to play. 6-point lead for LaVille. Wazorek goes to the basket.
Oh, he's
foul on the shot. He is quick. He'll go to the line to shoot two. Is that Cavalry Lingenfelder or Allen? Nick Allen.
Nick Allen picks up his first.
Nick Allen, his first, team's 10. At the line.
Wazorek at the line for LaVille.
Number 3 was
56 and a half seconds to play in the first half. Again, LaVille up 23-17.
Going to have to leave a little cushion between you and Wazorek.
You're not kidding.
He is around you before you know it.
Free throw, too hard. One more. I can't. I'm looking forward to hearing their free throw numbers.
Oh, okay.
Wazorek with one more for LaVille, looking to push his lead back to 7. He does not. Jackson with another rebound. Zebras only down by 6 with 50 seconds to play in the first half. In the corner to Lingenfelder. Thought about a 3. Passed it to Allen. He can't dribble. Allen loses the handle and now hands off to Lingenfelder in the center circle. 35 seconds. Cavalry Lingenfelder the basketball with 33. Drives to left, loses the handle, picked up by Doyle. Doyle for LaVille. Down low to Wazorek, and he has a block by Isaiah Jackson. Get it out of here. It'll be LaVille basketball, baseline left.
Well, they're discussing whether or not there is a foul. Oh.
Well, they're going to say last touch by LaVille now. So I thought maybe they were talking about maybe a foul, but they were talking about who was touched last.
So Isaiah Jackson did a great job coming in from behind, swatting the ball away, and apparently it went off of LaVille before it went out of bounds.
Brady Perez and Bryce Abbott back into the game for the Zebras. 28.5 to play in the first half. 6-point lead for LaVille. Jackson runs a point for the Zebras. Works to the left elbow. Gives outside to Abbott, and he travels.
Rochester's had more turnovers in this quarter than they have points.
So Stasiak and Lingenfelder back into the game. Abbott and Perez out. Also back in is Jared Beeler. And Doyle comes out. 18 and a half seconds to play in the first half. And you can almost guarantee that Coach Edison will look for the final shot of the period.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was our plan too, but that went south. Jump pass to Cox with 10. To Beeler with 9. Luke Beeler holds with 7. One bounce. Wazorek with 5. Back to Beeler with 4. Beeler fall away jumper over Lingenfelder off the side of the rim. The putback by Cox and the buzzer is good. At halftime, LaVille leads Rochester 25-17. You're listening to Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Back at Rochester High School, we're at the break. The Zebras trail LaVille 25-17, and for the first time this year, we get to talk to Rochester Wrestling coach Clint Gard. How you doing?
Good. You are one lucky man. You know that?
I know that. Every time you sit beside me, I say the same thing.
I agree.
We are on RTC TV4. Well, we're live.
Hey, that's fine. I'll wave. I'll give him a wave.
Let's talk about the season.
Well, we're right now we're 3-3. Oh man, I have to go back a little bit. Got a win against Knox, South Bend Adams, and a win against Southwood, and then losses to Plymouth, lost to Culver Military Academy, and then lost to Wabash on Thursday here at home.
Okay, I
stumped you, didn't you? You don't know what to ask me.
3-3. I know that you want to be 6-0. I get it.
Sure.
But Plymouth is really good.
Well, yeah, and we were missing some guys against them and Culver. Actually, Culver Academy is probably a real legitimate, even if we were at full, full, whatever you want to call it, full go or whatever you want to say there, we would have full strength. CMA probably would have beat us. If we'd have been at full strength, we would have beaten Plymouth.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And Wabash?
Wabash, no. I mean, well, I don't know. That one's kind of hard to say. We need to turn some matches around in that one on Thursday, but we are missing, our 6-pounder out, John Kelly. That hurts us a little bit. He broke his wrist in PE, and so, we just don't have another little 6-pounder to go, and so we're just kind of waiting for him to get back.
Well, that was my question.
Yep.
He will be back?
He'll be back in probably another 2, probably 3 weeks.
Okay.
We'll probably have him for the John McKee, hopefully. And,
okay.
So that'll help us out quite a bit. And we just got to get some guys in the right spots and get some guys battling a little harder. But I mean, legitimately, we should probably be 4-2 right now. But that's the way it goes. I mean, we're just missing a couple guys with illness and things of that nature when we went to CMA. So, my philosophy has always been we're just trying to get guys ready for the postseason.
Sure.
And our goals are always TRC, sectional, regional, semi-state, qualify for team state, get as many guys on in the tournament as we can. So, that's what we're building towards, and that's what our schedule works around. And, so we'll keep building and keep working hard. And we sent some guys to the JV meet up at Culver Military Academy today and got some valuable matches for those kids. Most of them wrestled anywhere from 4 to 6 times today, which is great for them. And then, so the lowest amount was we had one kid that only wrestled 3 times. So that's just kind of the way they pair it. So that's a great experience for those guys. And we come back next week. Wednesday, we're going to be at Whitco wrestling Peru, Whitco, and Northfield that night. So that'll be some more, big TRC tests for us. And then tomorrow we've got our Jordan Schaefer Memorial Duel. So this place will be packed we got 8 teams coming. Well, I should say 7.
Little guys.
Yep, little guys. And, most people know probably by now that that's a tournament that we use to honor Jordan Schaefer, who we lost in 2015. And we've created a scholarship in his name. And so this tournament kind of helps fund that scholarship a little bit. But we got teams from Chesterton all the way to Belmont coming.
Yeah, that'll be fun. What time does that start, Clint?
It starts at 9 a.m. and we'll wrestle. All the teams will wrestle 4 times tomorrow. So we'll wrestle 3 times in our pool, and then whatever we place in our pool, we'll cross and wrestle the same placing from the other pool. So we'll have, like I said, we'll have some good teams here tomorrow. It'll be a good time for us and a good way to honor Jordan. And then we'll get busy back on it on Monday with our high school team, and a lot of work to do.
Hey, give me some of your kids. Who's wrestling well for you?
Well, let's see. Justin Riston wrestled well. He's only had 1 match, even though he lost on Thursday. I thought he wrestled
in 6 meets. 6
yeah,
matches?
well, he was out the first. He was one of the ones we were missing.
Okay.
He had some wisdom teeth pulled. So it set him back a little bit, probably more than what he thought it would. Which if you've ever had your wisdom teeth pulled, it can either go really well or it can bother you for a while. And so he just went the other direction, and so he was out for CMA and then out for Southwood. And he lost on Thursday, but I thought he wrestled. I wouldn't say great, but he wrestled okay. Kid he wrestled was another semi-state qualifier, tough kid. His conditioning was good for his first match. He made 126 his first time, and conditioning was good. He looked good. We just got to work on the technical side of things a little bit and getting back. That was the first time this last week was the first time he'd practiced in over 2 weeks.
Okay.
So, we're take it, one day at a time with him. Wade Schaefer, he's a new guy for us. Dustin Siebert's a freshman. At 113, Wade Schaefer's a sophomore at 145. Both are wrestling really, really well for us. Very happy with those guys. Wade, soccer player and kicked for the football team. Never wrestled a day in his life, and I believe he is 4-2.
Yeah, good for him.
Against varsity competition. So very, very hard-working, competitive kid. Hayden Prater's wrestling well for us. He's undefeated right now.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Drew Saylor's got 1 loss to a ranked kid, 4-3 in the state. Same with Zane Gilbreth. Same with Bryce Baker. So they're all wrestling well for us right now. And, then we're young in some other spots. So we've just got, our older, more experienced guys are carrying us right now. But, we sent some of our younger kids who are in the varsity lineup to JV today to get them some more experience. So by the end of the year, we'll be where we need to be.
Sure, I have no doubt.
Yep.
Well, I'd like to talk to you more, but we got to get going.
All right.
Congratulations on a good start, and good luck next week.
All right. Thanks, you.
Clint. Rochester Wrestling coach Clinton Gard here at halftime. We're going to take a quick break, come back with the first half stats after this. 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
Ever wonder why your local TV bill keeps going up? The bulk of these increases are due to rising network fees. A few powerful media companies dictate what TV providers must pay to offer their channels to you. And every time networks demand more money, that affects what you pay every month. If TV providers don't meet their demands, networks threaten blackouts. Since 1999, these network fees have increased by 3.5 times the rate of inflation. To see what we're doing to keep network fees in check, visit tvonmyside.com.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer Simply Free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Allen, Perez, and Onafield on the floor for Rochester. Again, trailing by 8 as we start the second half. Allen with the basketball, having a little trouble at man-to-man defense, and there's the first turnover of the second half as he couldn't find anybody open, and the 5-second count was counted against him and gives it back to LaVille. So LaVille is at their biggest lead of the night of 8, and they've got the basketball now going to our left, 13 seconds into the third quarter.
And that was after being tied after the first quarter.
Yeah, right. No update yet from Southwood. We're waiting to get that first quarter score. As the girls lost, the JV girls lost 31-21. Emily Hughes with 10 in that contest earlier this evening at Southwood High School. Beeler with the basketball. Luke Beeler to Wagner, high on the right side of Wazorek. Down low to Cox. Cox against Onafield, the man-to-man defense. Outside to Beeler. Beeler drives it left, behind the arc. To Cox, top of the key. Back to Beeler, left wing. Fakes left, goes right, back to Cox. Long three for LaVille. Good.
Cox gets his first three-pointer of the ball game.
And now's a double-digit lead for the Lancers at 28-17. A minute gone in the third quarter. Isaiah Jackson runs the point for the Zebras. Works against Jared Beeler. Jump pass in the corner to Perez. Down low to Onafield on the right block. Alex with the basketball against a double team. Kicks it out to Allen. Nick inside the arc, top of the key. On the left side to Jackson and throws it out of bounds.
Well, the Lancers defense has really frustrated Rochester offensively. Ever since the beginning of the second quarter.
Yeah, they picked it up, haven't they?
They have not been able to figure this out.
6:35 to play in the third quarter, 28-17 LaVille. Wazorek outside to Beeler. Beeler against Jackson. Luke Beeler now with the basketball against Brady Perez, the left wing. Wazorek, top of the key, right side to Beeler. Jared Beeler for three. Good as it rattles in. Look out, 31-17. Nick Allen walks it through the center circle against Wazorek. Takes him to the left. Left elbow extended. Already cuts him off. Now to Brady Perez at the volleyball line. He dribbles right, goes back to the left in the paint, rises up, follow away jumper off the back of the rim, no good. The rebound by Right Arts has it stripped away and loses out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by LaVille. Zebra basketball, baseline left. 2 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Allen stands on the left baseline, studies. Over the top to Jackson near the timeline. After one, Southwood leads Rochester 12-5 after the first quarter at Southwood High School. That's the varsity contest. 12-5, down. Rochester basketball on the far side.
Still looking to get it in.
Does now to Reinhardt. And now we're going to have a foul 20 feet away from the basket on Wagner. Oh. Caitlin Rogers has 3 fouls in the first quarter.
Holy cow.
Yowza.
Wagner picks up his third team of the half, or first of the half.
5:53 to play in the third. 31-17, LaVille, Rochester basketball.
LaVille's defense, whoever has the ball has a man in their face.
Yeah, and it doesn't get any better when you set a pick because they
switch so quickly.
Isaiah Jackson just picked up another foul thanks to a Beeler flop. Rochester has 9 turnovers in that first quarter at Southwood. Wow.
Well, the guys are keeping pace here.
5.5 to play in the third quarter. LaVille basketball leading 31-17. Beeler step back, now leaner on the way, no good, short, gets his own rebound.
That's another thing LaVille's doing really well.
Offensive rebound.
Second opportunities as Cox knocks down his second three of the quarter. He has 15 now.
34-17. LaVille has doubled up Rochester early in the third quarter. 3 minutes gone. Nick Allen jump stop left wing inside the arc. Out to Isaiah Jackson. Isaiah against that switching man-to-man defense.
Yeah.
In the corner to Allen. Behind his back dribble goes to the baseline. 15 feet away from the basket, cut off by the double team. And we're going to get rid of it. And we're going to have a timeout. Rochester I tell you, timeout Rochester at about a 4.5 count.
There's been a lot of talk lately about net neutrality. At RTC, our customers receive the full and open internet and nothing less. We are not the gatekeeper, toll operator, or curator. A free and open internet has been the single biggest driver of innovation over the last generation, and we want that engine of innovation to live on in our customers. If you ever have a question about your internet service, give RTC a call. We are here for you. RTC cable subscribers. Now you can watch your favorite cable networks wherever you are, on your phone, tablet, or computer. Just log on to www.watchtveverywhere.com. Enter your RTC account information and sign up to watch TV everywhere. Live sports, videos on demand, and more, all for free with your RTC cable subscription. Watch TV everywhere. Another great service from RTC.
.445 to play in the third quarter. Rochester down 34-17. And the pass from Allen is deflected out of bounds by LaVille. Rochester will keep possession. Grant McCarter comes into the game for the first time for Rochester, and Isaiah Jackson will sit down. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. Rochester basketball baseline right. 4:40 to play in the third quarter, down now by 17. Bounce pass comes into Reinhardt on the right corner. Dribbles to the paint, jump stop, kicks it back outside to McCarter. Grant drives to his right and then kicks it back outside to Brady Perez. High on the left side against Beeler. Takes him right at the free throw line, pulls it back outside behind the arc. Now drives, picks up his dribble, gives to Onafield. Alex with the basketball on the left baseline. One dribble to his left, cross court to Reinhardt. Kyle holds above his head, back to Allen. Three left wing for the Zebras is in and out, no good. Beeler with the rebound. Ahead to Cox. Cox on left baseline. Fakes. Outside to Wagner. Beeler straight away is good. Luke Beeler another three, and it's 40-17. No, I'm sorry, it's 37-17. Under 4 to play in the third quarter. And Coach Malco just looking for some answers. Quinn Stasiak coming in the next break.
He's looking for some offense. The Zebras with just 4 points since the first quarter.
I see the score. I guess I wasn't paying attention to that, but you're right.
Yeah.
So Quinn Stasiak is in. Nick Allen comes out. You know what? Here's my philosophy. If you're going to get beat, let's get the young ones in there and let's get them some varsity experience.
Yep, get them some playing time, let them learn.
Stasiak, a sophomore with the basketball. A sophomore in McCarter on the floor. A sophomore on the floor in Reinhardt's. And then two seniors, Brady Perez and Onafield. Brady on the baseline to Reinhardt's in the paint. Outside to McCarter. Grant drives, dump pass down low to Onafield. He loses his footing thanks to a push. It'll be out of bounds to Rochester. 3:22 to play in the third quarter.
Foul's going to be on Wagner, his fourth.
That's going to send Coach Edison to the bench. And he's going to bring in Fisher to the game. And Wagner will come out. 3:22 to play in the third. It's a 20-point lead for LaVille. Rochester basketball to bounds baseline left. McCarter looks to get it in. Grant studies. He's got to hurry and get it in. Just does to Onafield. Alex, right block. Backs his way in, throws up a shot. We're going to have a foul before the shot.
Oh. Referee across the court, out at midcourt, calls the charge.
Kind of lowered his shoulder, and Beeler right there, a headsy player, knew it was coming and flopped as soon as contact was made.
Onafield picks up his third.
37-17, LaVille. 3:10 to play in the third quarter. Jared Beeler to Fisher, to Luke Beeler, high on the right side for LaVille. Zorek looks back door to Beeler. Ball tipped away, out of bounds. Nope, not going to be tipped. It's just going to be thrown out of bounds. Rochester going to get it back. Not very many of those. How many turnovers is that? 7?
7 on LaVille.
Bryce Abbott comes back in.
Rochester's got as many as they do points.
3 minutes to play in the third quarter. 37-17. LaVille with the basketball, Rochester with the ball, LaVille with the lead, Rochester with the ball. Quinn Stasiak on the right wing. Gets it to Grant McCarter right in front of the bench. In the paint, his pass is kicked away, stolen by LaVille.
Why is that not a kick ball?
Luke Beeler rises up, his layup is no good. And Abbott with the rebound, ahead to Brady Perez. Brady in the paint, leaner on the way, finger rolls, good and a foul.
Perez finally gets enough of the blue bodies out of the paint to where he can make a move. And the foul is going to be on Fisher, his second.
2.5 to play in the third. Brady Perez back at the line to shoot one for the Zebras.
Perez breaks another long drought for Rochester.
Yeah. Brady studies, flies the free throw, and it's good. 37-20. Rochester breaks the half-court, or LaVille breaks the half-court trap. Beeler a quick three, no good. Rebound tipped around. Quinn Stasiak comes out of there with it, and now we're going to have a reach-in foul on Jared Beeler.
Beeler picks up his first, team fourth.
2:22 to play in the third. 37-20, LaVille.
Say Quinn Stasiak standing at LaVille's free throw line. He was in range.
So true. Stasiak crosses the timeline right. He'll take it to the right elbow. In the corner to Perez. Brady from 18 feet, short. Rebound to Cox. Ahead to Beeler. Jared Beeler on the right wing pulls it out to Luke. Now to Wazorek. To Cox. Cox works to the left baseline. Throws it across court to Beeler. Luke has on the left wing. Wazorek for three over Brady Perez. Yep. Back to a 20-point lead with 1:45 to play in the third quarter.
LaVille has 5 field goals in this quarter. They're all threes.
And they lead by 20. How many field goals do we have in this quarter? And Brady Perez has the pocket picked. Cox with the basketball. To Beeler. To Cox. Ball. Now out to Luke Beeler. Straight away to Wazorek for three again. Good again.
6 3-pointers in this quarter.
43-20. LaVille with 1:20 to play in the third quarter. Stasiak across the timeline. Loses the handle. Picks up the basketball. And then we're going to have a timeout by Rochester. It'll be a 60. You're listening to Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Enyard's True Value and Rental is your local one-stop shop for all of your home improvement and party rental needs. Let our friendly and knowledgeable staff help you with your next project or event. Start right. Start here. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com.
Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Got that new home edition and you're keeping it covered.
Ooh, coverages now. I can help with this. Got zone coverage, man coverage, combo coverages.
I don't know, Peyton. I think more like the coverage your nationwide agent offers.
Oh, you want to go there? Home, auto, life, business, farm, boat, RV, ATV, camper, pet, motorcycle, your tour bus. Right. Did I mention farm?
Contact Jennings Insurance Agency today or visit one of our offices.
On the timeline across the court. Looks to get it in, does so to Abbott. Price to Brady Perez. Stands between the circles for Rochester. Couple of dribbles, gives to Abbott. Works to the right wing. Down low to Stasiak. Quinn, blocked by Cox, picked up by Cox. Now ahead to Beeler with 58. Down to 50. Val sends me a score from Southwood. Valley girls lead Wabash after 1, 16-2. Wazorek fakes the three, drives the baseline, loses the basketball, and Perez picks it up with 39. Brady out to McCarter. He almost loses the handle. Picks up the basketball, brings it ahead to Perez with 30. Brady to the right baseline, jump stop, rises up, shot is good off the window. 20 seconds. Cox with the basketball, 22-43 LaVille. Cox near the timeline with 15, gives off to Beeler. with 13. Beeler holds with 11, fakes left, goes right with 10, backs it out of the timeline with 8. With the basketball in his right hand, passes to Azoric, out to Beeler. His three is good from 25 feet, and that'll do it for the third quarter. After 3, LaVille leads 46-22. You're listening to Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Brocky Insurance offers personalized coverage options for all of your insurance needs. You can trust your policy through Erie Insurance has been customized specifically for you, your assets, and your budget. Online at brockyinsurance.com. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com.
Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production. This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support
LaVille with the basketball. Beeler with the basketball against Trey Stasiak's back in the basketball game. Cox, 3 in the corner. Nope. Pretty Perez with the rebound. Now Lingenfelder, who's back in the game, brings up the floor.
Yeah, LaVille pressuring the basketball at all times and trapping whenever they can find you in a corner.
Yep, Bryce Abbott travels again. Nineteenth turnover on the Zebras, 30 seconds into the fourth quarter. 46-22, LaVille. Zoric with the basketball against Perez. To Beeler, fakes a 3, drives it to the left. Out to Cox, he looks at the 3, passes it up. Not a Fisher, in the corner to Zoric. Out to Beeler. Well, only thing LaVille wants to do here is just run a bunch of clock. I mean, technically they really don't need to score again, right?
Yep. I mean, you could.
If this is a team, if there was any team that could run a minute plus off the clock, this is the team.
Well, I mean, think about their coaching staff. You take these blue uniforms off and you put red and white ones on. And you're looking at the Plymouth Pilgrims from the 80s.
Yep, you're exactly right. They've already ran 40 off.
Yep.
We're down to 6:51. This possession started at 7:30. Beeler out of bounds. We'll get it in for LaVille. Does so to Cox. Cox drives on the block. Looks back door to Fisher. Fisher then is pushed out. Oh, they're going to lose it out of bounds. 46-22 LaVille. 6:42 to play in the game. Calvary Lingenfelder will bring it up for the Zebras. Rochester's next game will be next Friday. Home with LaVille. Home with West Central. And Rochester chucks her out of bounds. Then next Saturday they're at Logansport, which is good again.
Yeah.
Six and a half to play in the game. Rochester is in action on Thursday. The girls, they play at Argus. And then we'll be back here on the 8th, which is Saturday, with Wabash, who was getting beat in the first quarter against Valley. Three-pointer's no good. Trey Stasiak with the board. Lingenfelder to bring it up. The right wing. Jump pass in the corner of Perez. Brady fakes in the paint, rises up, floats away from the basket. Shot no good. Beal to the rebound. Minute to play at Southwood. until half. Rochester down by 4, 18-14.
We'll come back.
Cox is going to be fouled or tied up. It's going to be a foul in Rochester.
Zebra foul, number 24, Lingenfelder.
So Lingenfelder picks up his third, team third.
Checking back in for Rochester, number 5, Allen. And entering.
And LaVille's going to clear the bench.
Yep. Eli Stevens comes into the game for the first time for Rochester, another sophomore. And LaVille makes wholesale changes as well. We'll get those numbers as soon as we can. Doyle, obviously good.
Bobby Good.
Let's see.
And number 12.
Yeah, you got to wonder if, I'm guessing that the starters are done, don't you think?
I would think so, yeah. 5.5 to go.
Zarnicki into the game as well for LaVille. Good with the basketball against Bryce Abbott. Hands off to Zarnicki high on the right side of the 5:40 to play in the game. Zarnicki brings it to the left side to Doyle. Doyle in the paint, now at the free throw line. Outside to Good. Good bounce pass to Dill, who's in the game for the first time. To Zarnicki. Outside to Deal for three. Why not? 49-22, 5:20 to play in the game.
That's the 8th consecutive three-pointer since halftime for LaVille.
Allen stopped, picked up his dribble near the timeline, or the three-point line to Abbott. Bryce, cross-court to Trey Stasiak. He drives the baseline, dumps down low to Reinhardt. His jumper off the window is good. Southwood leads Rochester at halftime, 19-14, girls basketball. Rogers, McKee, and Burkett each with 3 fouls in the first half.
Wow.
So, LaVille with it. Up 49-24. Fisher for three, make that good for three. Nope, Reinhardt's with the rebound.
Randall, did you hear that? 19-14 Southwood to break.
Rochester basketball. Allen goes to the right, picks up his dribble, down low to Reinhardt's. Kyle kicks it out to Stasiak. Trey dribbles the left baseline. Outside to Abbott. His pass out of bounds, intended for Stevens. It'll go back to LaVille. 4:24 to play in the game, 49-24. LaVille with the lead. LaVille basketball going to our left. Dill on the left wing against Rochester's man-to-man defense. Bounce pass to Good. Good to Zarnicki. Three left baseline for LaVille. Good heavens almighty. Another three. Now the JV getting in the action. 52-24 LaVille. Cavalry Lingenfelder going to be called for a charge.
No, a block.
Oh, a block? I beg your pardon. And Dill's going to be called for the blocking foul.
Lancer, common foul, number 23, Dill.
That'll be his first, team 5th.
Allen baseline left for the Rochester, 52-24, LaVille with the lead. Gets it into Eli Stevens. Stevens, 15 in the JV game. Leaner on the way, no good. Gets his own rebound. Put back is no good, but a foul coming on LaVille, and Stevens will go to the line to shoot two for Rochester.
Shooting foul.
So the foul is going to be on Good, his first, team 6.
Eli Stevens with 2 freebies for Rochester, 3:54 to play in the game.
Rochester 1 of 4 from the free throw line this game.
4?
Yeah, 1 of 4.
That's what concerns me, the 4.
Yeah.
Stevens' first free throw is no good. Isaiah Jackson back into the game for Rochester, and Bryce Abbott to come out. 52-24 LaVille, 3:54 to play in the game. Eli Stevens on the line for one more for the Zebras. Again, he had 15 in the JV contest tonight. They won 45-21. Eli makes the second free throw. 52-25. LaVille quickly up the floor. Zarnicki for three, short. Rebound to Trey Stasiak. Outlets to Lingenfelder. Cavalry across the timeline. Works to the left wing. Pull up from 10 feet off the back of the rim, no good. The Stevens putback is good. Doyle around the defense. Float on the way is no good. Gets his own rebound and is going to be fouled. That'll be out of bounds to LaVille after Rochester's 4th team foul.
That's going to come
Rochester common foul
against
number
Jackson, his second.
his second.
Of course, if they did shoot free throws, they'd have to shoot them from 19 feet.
LaVille, you're right. Quinn Stasiak will come into the next dead ball. Dill, left baseline for LaVille, backs it outside to Gozi. Jumper no good, but an offensive rebound is Zarnicki. Zarnicki drives the baseline. Going to be fouled on the shot by Trey Stasiak. Nope, it'll be before the shot. It'll be out of bounds to LaVille.
Stasiak picks up his first, team fifth.
Quinn back in, Allen out. Jerry Plummer will come back in for the Zebras.
Number 2, Quinn Stasiak, and number 32, Jerry Plummer.
Lob pass comes in to LaVille. Zarnicki, step back, long jumper is off the back of the rim, no good. And a defensive rebound.
You know why he missed that, don't you?
Too close?
Yep, he didn't step back behind the arc.
The pass then is deflected out of bounds, and Rochester will keep possession on the far side.
At the half, Southwood 19, Rochester 14.
Lingenfelder will look to get it in. Jackson out with it with under 3 to play in the game. 52-27 LaVille. Lingenfelder on the right wing. LaVille in a 2-3 zone. Jackson drives the baseline, loses the basketball on the way up and out of bounds. Rochester's Karina Peterson leads Rochester with scoring at the half with 8 points. Jenny Isbell with 4. Kinsey McKee has 2. 19-14 Southwood at recess. LaVille basketball leading 52-27 with 2.5 to play in the game. Zarnicki loses his footing thanks to maybe a hit by Plummer.
Hip check, yeah.
Lingenfelder on the block. She's fouled on the shot and it goes in.
Basket by number 24, Lingenfelder. Foul on Lancers, number 22, good. His second, team 7. Lingenfelder.
First points tonight?
Nope, he had a bucket in the first quarter.
Okay. Oh, and then he just hit a 10-footer as well, didn't he? And the free throw by Calvary is good. 22-point lead in favor of LaVille. 2:15 to play in the game. Rochester going to slip to 1-2 overall. 3 by LaVille's no good.
Oh!
And Quinn Stasiak hits the deck hard. Lands on the back of his neck. And that's probably going to bring Christina Hughes out to take a look at this one. He's still down.
Yeah.
We're going to take a timeout. You're listening to Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
Ever wonder why your local TV bill keeps going up? The bulk of these increases are due to rising network fees. A few powerful media companies dictate what TV providers must pay to offer their channels to you. And every time networks demand more money, that affects what you pay every month. If TV providers don't meet their demands, networks threaten blackouts. Since 1999, these network fees have increased by 3.5 times the rate of inflation. To see what we're doing to keep network fees in check, visit tvonmyside.com.
Quinn gets up, walks off the court under his own power. Christina Hughes, the athletic trainer, down looking at him now, looking at the back of his neck. And Grant McCarter comes in for him. Hit the first of the 1-and-1. And the second one is good as well. 52-32. The JV, basically the JV squad for LaVille has been in since the 5.5-minute mark. Zarnicki against Plummer. Under 2 to play in the game. 20-point lead for LaVille, and we're going to have an illegal screen on Dill. That'll be his third. Coach Justin might have to go back to his starters. Well, at least one of them. Minute 54 to play in the game. 20-point lead for the LaVille Lancers. It'll be moved there, marked to 3-0 on the year. Graham McCarter runs the point for the Zebras. Works to the wing to Isaiah Jackson. Isaiah with the basketball, works left side of the elbow, in the paint, rises up, shot is on the way and good as it sneaks over the front of the rim. 100 seconds. Zarnicki, right wing three on the way. Yep. He's almost automatic. 90 seconds to play in the game, 55-34. Calvary Lingenfeller holds against the man-to-man defense. Jump stop at the free throw line. Out now to McCarter. Grant, right baseline, wraparound pass to Plummer. His shot is no good, but a foul coming on LaVille, and that's going to send Jerry Plummer to the line to shoot two for the Zebras with 1:12 to play in the game.
Shooting foul.
Good, picks up his third.
His third at the line with a pair. Plummer.
Plummer looking for his first points.
55-34, maybe on the year. Jerry has two. First one is no good off the back of the rim. 72 seconds to play in this one. Again, LaVille leading 55-34. Post-game show coming up after this. Second one for the senior is short. Rebound for LaVille. And then Rochester tips it out of bounds. And Calvary Lingenfeller went hard into the coaches. Couldn't save it. LaVille keeps possession. Brad Thomas and I will be back on the radio air on Saturday evening with the Wabash Lady Apaches and the Rochester Lady Zebras. At last report at the halftime at Southwood, Rochester was down 19-14. Three of the starters with 3 fouls. 55 seconds. Zarnicki, who's had a big night, he might be approaching double figures if he's not there already. Out to Doyle. Doyle on the baseline, cut off by Zach Jackson. To Zarnicki with 40.
Whoa.
And Zarnicki is just fouled by Jerry Plummer. That'll be the team's 6th.
Zarnicki has 7.
Oh, okay. I thought he had hit 3 threes.
No, just 2.
Zarnicki has it with 35. Isaiah Jackson just literally ran through a screen.
Through it.
27. Good to Dill with 22. Dill holds against McCarter. He's got a dribble. It's going to be the 5-second call. There it is. He used all but 1 second of it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Down to 12 seconds. Dill picks it up, gives it to Zarnicki with 10. With 3, with 2, and that'll do it. The final at Rochester, LaVille 55, Rochester 34. Postgame show next, 92.1 WROI.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer simply free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
There's been a lot of talk lately about net neutrality. At RTC, our customers receive the full and open internet and nothing less. We are not the gatekeeper, toll operator, or curator. A free and open internet has been the single biggest driver of innovation over the last generation, and we want that engine of innovation to live on in our customers. If you ever have a question about your internet service, give RTC a call. We are here for you. RTC cable subscribers. Now you can watch your favorite cable networks wherever you are on your phone, tablet, or computer. Just log on to www.watchtveverywhere.com. Enter your RTC account information and sign up to watch TV everywhere. Live sports, videos on demand, and more, all for free with your RTC cable subscription. Watch TV everywhere. Another great service from RTC.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com.
Back at Rochester High School for the postgame show, Zebra head coach Rob Malco joins us. And, well, I thought for about a quarter and a half, you played well. It was 13-13, 19-14 there for a while in the second quarter. But, Rob, I thought that LaVille ratcheted up their defense a little bit in the second quarter, and it just kind of looked like we panicked a little.
Yeah, and even though I thought the second quarter didn't go well, there we had two possessions back-to-back at the end of the second quarter when it was 23-17. If we just knock down a shot in either of those possessions and not let them score, we go in down 4, and we can really build. But some of the turnovers there in that second quarter were just not good.
Yeah.
Unforced. Our guards have got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. Just things like not catching the ball, not passing past the defender, so they're getting deflections, and it's sometimes not getting to our guy, and the guy they're trying to get it to, his guy steals it. Just what I call middle school type turnovers, and it's at our level, that's unacceptable if you're going to play against good teams that are fundamental like LaVille.
It looked to me, you were looking there towards middle of the second half, late in the second half, for somebody that wanted to play for you.
Well, we got to find a combination where we can defend the way we want and still score the basketball. And that's the big thing right now that I'm going to go back in after I talk to you guys and talk to the coaches, because we've got some guys that are doing some things defensively we like, but they have trouble scoring the ball.
Yeah.
We got some guys who can score the ball but maybe aren't quite ready for the intensity that you're going to see right now. We have to make a decision. Are we going to just let them grow baptism by fire, or do we continue to be patient, get what we can here over the course of the next month or so? But eventually those guys that can score the ball are going to have to play for us as we get toward the end of the year.
Yep.
And so there's just some things. But, like I told the guys we went in there, like you said, we played a good quarter and a half to start the game. I thought that Quinn and Grant played a lot better tonight when they went in for their spurt than they did last night in the second half. I thought Kyle, once again, I think we're going to see a consistency from him night in and night out and how he plays. But like I told him, they started the season last year 1-2. We knew coming into this weekend it was going to be tough.
Yeah.
I mean, whether I would like to see us play a little bit better than we did over the weekend. But as far as the win and loss side of it, this wasn't unexpected for me because I knew how good these two teams are. When LaVille goes to Winnemac on Friday, it's going to be a heck of a ball game.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch.
It will. But, you know, we're just trying to get to that point. You know, we're trying to get some things going so we can. And
I thought before the game even started that we'd be right around 40. And I'm talking both teams. I figured this game would get to about 40, and whoever got there first would win.
Yeah, well, I mean, we tried to do our part. They just didn't do their part. You know. So shame on them, you know.
Well, you know, the nice thing now, you get a whole week. You get a whole week to get ready for West Central. More importantly, to get you guys right.
Well, yeah, and that's what we were able to do last year, is have this week to get ready for West Central. We know when we go down to Logan, that's going to be another tough night.
Yeah.
It's just an opportunity. That's what the Logan game is, an opportunity to get better, you know, and, you know, see where you're at halftime, at the end of the first quarter, halftime. Hey, are we knocking down some shots, and are we hanging around? And in that game, you go quarter by quarter.
Yeah, sure.
Now, you know, Friday night, it's an opportunity for us to get a win. We got to come out and execute, play hard, and hopefully this week's practices that we have help generate that momentum, that you know, that confidence that we're going to need.
Well, I have no doubt you're going to get the guys ready. Before I let you out of here, Quinn Stasiak, how is he?
I think he's fine. I told him he was kind of like a whiplash.
Okay.
And I told him, I said, I know what happens, because the first time I saw my wife, I turned real quick, and I did the same thing to myself. So I said, you know, just to get a good woman in your life, that'll heal right up.
I think that's great advice. And with that note, thanks for coming out for postgame. We'll talk to you next week.
Hey, sometimes you got to laugh so you don't cry, right?
Absolutely. That's absolutely right. Rob, thank you.
All right.
Zebra head coach Rob Malco here on the postgame show on WROI. Again, the final tonight, 55-34. Rochester slips to 1-2 overall. LaVille now 3-0. You have postgame numbers?
Yep. I guess if Coach Malco wanted to look for a positive in this game, he could say he held them scoreless from the paint. But I don't know how much you want to stretch that. LaVille with 10 three-pointers in the second half to blow this one open. Wizerick with 8. Luke Beeler with 10. Zarnicki with 7. Dill with 3. Jared Beeler with 12. And Riley Clocks led all scorers tonight with 15 points. Just 4 of 11 from the free throw line were the Lancers. They turned the ball over 9 times.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, 12 three-pointers in the ball game, 10 of them in the second half. All of their field goals in the second half were three-pointers. I don't think I've ever seen that before. For Rochester, Nick Allen with 5, Reinhardt with 4, Onefeld with 2, McCarter with 2, Isaiah Jackson with 4, Stevens with 3, Lingenfelter with 8, and Brady Perez with 8. Rochester 6 of 11 from the free throw line, and they turned the ball over 22 times tonight.
The final in the varsity contest, it was 55-34, LaVille over Rochester. The JV game, the Rochester defeated LaVille 45-21. Eli Stevens with 15 points for the Zebras. Quinn Stasiak had a 12. At last report earlier tonight, JV girls, Southwood defeated Rochester 31-21. Emily Hughes had 11 for the Zebras in that contest. At last report, it was 19-14 at the break. Southwood up at Southwood High School at halftime. And an interesting score just came in from Val. North Miami defeated Whitco tonight, 58-47 in overtime. North Miami outscored Whitco 12-1 in OT.
Holy cow.
So just when you thought that maybe North Miami wasn't going to be relevant because everybody moved away.
Right.
Coach Lori Working doing a fantastic job down there. So a big win for North Miami tonight. So that's going to wrap up our time here at Rochester. Again, our next radio broadcast will be Saturday night as the Lady Zebras will host Wabash. Paul, thank you for your time back at the radio station. For Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. We'll talk to you next Saturday evening. See you.
Bye.